That's great. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I would absolutely never wear it. I feel like a pirate.
Steve, that's...
Who would wear this?
Who disrespects a man's strip after taking over the body? The audacity. Loser's Quest. 2021 is here, and it's coming at you with more Loser's Quest content. Although talking about Wonder Woman 84 is overdone, I have a few things to say. Plus none of our other videos are ready, so why not? Wonder Woman 84 is another stumbling movie in the DC universe. Unfortunately, DC, they're batting under 500. These are the movies since they started their own cinematic universe. I'm talking about the DC movies they started since trying to do their own cinematic universe. And since this video isn't a dive into them, I'll give you a quick rundown of how they fall into context to me and the general public as a whole. Man of Steel, good. Personally, really good. Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice, bad, just bad. Suicide Squad, also pretty bad. Wonder Woman, public thinks it's good. Personally, it's just Captain America, the first Avenger to me. So take that what you will. Justice League, whoosh. Bad, and I feel like a sucker because I'm probably going to watch the Snyder Cut. Aquaman, good. Personally, better than probably should be. Shazam, it was pretty good. Smith. Birds of Prey. Generally, I think it's considered bad, but it's not the worst. It's just very messy and very underwhelming compared to the TV show. The show is way better. Maybe I'll do a video about that in the future. And the Wonder Woman 1984, from reviews and critics and all that shit in the public right now, it's in the middle. Personally, it's just too long and boring. That's why I'm making this video. Now, a lot of this is subject to your own taste, of course, but the public census is divided. Now, let's beat the dead horse by talking about Wonder Woman 1984. But let's do so by talking about what didn't work and how they could have fixed it. Spoiler alert. I will spoil the shit out of this movie. That's the only way I could talk about some of these problems and the fixes. Alright, so this won't be completely structured because I'm just going to tackle the weirdest problems with this movie. The first problem has a simple fix, and I'll just say it. This movie is too damn long. Wonder Woman 84 is 2.5 hours long, and by the end of it, you wonder how. That was not originally a pun, but it is now. Enjoy. A lot of it isn't important, and it just kind of drags along longer than it should. This is just a quick fix. Just hire another editor. Just how we're about to get the Snyder Cut for Justice League, this already feels like Patty Jenkins' cut of Wonder Woman 1984. We need a theatrical cut. Make it shorter. Condense some of the longer scenes like the flying to Egypt scene. Too damn long. Plenty of articles talk about how Warner Brothers wanted Patty Jenkins to cut one of the two. Yes, this movie has 2 intro scenes, and I have to admit they were right. Cut the Amazonian intro. Visually, it's kind of cool to once again see where she came from and all that, but it adds nothing to the film. It all accumulates to a don't cheat and don't take shortcuts lesson, but it's not really revisited. Most of the beginning of the movie follows Diana and her lonesome after losing Steve. She never really shows sadness for not being able to visit her mother or anyone from Themyscira. That's close enough. If she did, it will make a bit more sense to keep the intro scene so we can remember her family and the people that raised her and feel for her, as we are shown how much they have shaped her to be who she is today. Since they don't though, we don't need it. All in all, this movie just has some extra fat, and you could get rid of it. The easy fix, just get another editor and chop it down a bit. The second biggest misstep in this movie was Cheetah. I know a big sticking point of this movie was when they announced Kristen Wiig as Cheetah. The Kristen Wiig casting worked for the most part for me. The character, however, didn't. Kristen's character is a bit of a trope. She's a clumsy loser that everyone ignores. Your intro for her is her dropping all her papers and no one notices, and the ones that do don't care to help.
Hey, Jake. Jake, hi. Can you...
Anyway,
The only person that helps is, of course, Diana. They are then met with the director and
Diana, do you happen to know who a Barbara Minerva is?
Oh, hi, Carol. Hi. It's me. I'm Barbara. Remember you hired me? Started last week.
Oh, gemologist.
Yes. I'm a geologist. We had a couple interviews.
har, not even their boss recognizes her. Kristen's character gives off powerful Electro vibes from The Amazing Spider-Man 2. And trust me, that is not a good thing. She reflects a lot of characters that will go from nerd to wow, I'm way hotter without my glasses.
Thanks. So funny, all this reading seems to have cured my eyesight somehow.
That's it. I did it. I'm a miracle worker.
Now, to make things worse, Diana, freaking Wonder Woman, doesn't even want to be her friend. Little side tap here. I know this is because Diana isolated herself from the world after Steve's death.
I gotta put her in the water.
Not that Steve, the other one. Which is kind of weird due to the fact that it's been 66 years, and as far as the viewer is aware, World War II went down without Wonder Woman intervening. And I guess she's been secretly being a hero while accruing property damage. Plus, it seems like Wonder Woman can't live or be happy without the Mansion for like a week or two. But like I said, just a side tap. Diana doesn't even show interest in Kristen until she needs to use her to gather more information on the Wishing Crystal, the driving force of this movie. We'll talk about her in a bit. Now, the Cheetah character does work as a villain after this, except for the weird Apex Predator line for her second transformation and the cat CGI. But to have a better connection, I think the best way to fix this character is to, instead of making her the typical loser no one notices, just make her Diana's work friend. Establish them as friends and maybe have Diana just nudge her in certain scenes to be more confident. Have her be someone Diana's a bit closer to. This does three things. It helps Diana seem like less of a douche when she wants to be closer to just investigate the stone, using her in essence. It helps show Wonder Woman is a kinder person with interest in her own friend's growth and just people in general. Plus it helps the girl power without being too obvious about it just by having them be close friends. And I think it has a bigger impact when Kristen goes full Cheetah, and it makes it that much more deeper when she has to fight Wonder Woman, and vice versa. I don't know how much this fixes the movie, but I think it makes the dynamic between the two leading ladies a bit more interesting and easier to invest to. Now, the elephant in the room is the return of Diana's former love interest, Steve. Bro, the other one. Thank you. Now, what annoys me about this one is that it's very easily fixed. Let's talk about the reason people have issue with Steve's return. Diana accidentally wishes that he returns while not knowing about the wishing stone and its power. All fine and dandy here so far. Decent plot point. But when Steve and Diana meet, it's revealed that he's been following her and she didn't recognize him because he looks completely different. Because he's in a different person's body. Because he's in another person's body. They confirm and show this as he sees the person he's controlling in the mirror reflection. He also talks about waking up in Handsome Man's body. That's just what they credit him in the credits. And talks about how this person must have lived. They never address what happened to this guy during the possession in the movie. The next morning, it's implied that Diana and the possessed man slept together. This is where people are a little split. Look, I understand that this movie is a work of fiction about a superwoman who could push tanks and do other shit. You gotta admit that the story beat is still a little weird. Handsome Man lost his body and it was used without his consent. Not that he could give it, being dead or kidnapped or erased from existence. Whatever the hell they decided to do. Plus, let's not forget that if he is alive or existing, they put his body in some messed up situations where he could have died or have been shot at. Handsome Man could have been shot multiple times. Once again, no one cares about that. It's still just weird and really unnecessary. Why do I believe it's unnecessary? This Dreamstone is powerful as hell. It literally created a wad and over surrounding by a city. It turned Kristen Wiig into a furry. And yo, this stone straight up killed someone. This stone seems to be so powerful, but when bringing back the dead, it has a magic exemption where it could only bring back dead by making them inhabit others' body. Why not just bring back Steve back in his own body? Spoiler alert. Small spoilers for Saw. It's not crazy major, but it happens a little bit midway through. But while writing this, I remembered that in Saw, which came out the same day as Wonder Woman, ironically enough, one of the souls in the movie takes over a cat, and then they immediately show the cat's soul going into heaven. Dude, I'm sorry, but that's just too close to what happened here. And I can't stop picturing Handsome Man going into the Eternal, wondering how he died and what the hell's happening. Alright, now back to your regular scheduled video. I feel that doing that simple fix by just bringing Steve back in his own body, or almost literally anything else, will make most people back off the whole Diana sleeping with a possessed guy or putting his life in danger thing that, you know, everyone's experiencing. Who's going to question Steve returning with all the other crazy stuff they expect you to put up with this in this movie? I just don't get it. Such a simple fix. So just give Steve... No, not that one. Yeah, so just give this guy a non-possession story return and boom. One issue gone just like that. Look, Wonder Woman 84 has a lot of issues. But just because this is in the movie breakdown channel, I won't explore them much. Maybe later I'll do a lightning round. Because I've only seen the movie once and really don't plan to again. I just wanted to talk about the major issues I noticed and my ideas on how they could have been fixed to make the movie a bit more tolerable. DC has a few more movies scheduled and hopefully they'll be better because I'm probably going to end up seeing them. Writers, just think about some of your films. I know there's a lot of fighting between studio and directors, but how they keep messing these things up is just kind of weird and sad. I'm hoping Suicide Squad 2 is better, as I'm cautiously optimistic for that film. Let's hope for that future, and with that I'm done ranting. Now the next video will probably be a geek out on the movie from 1985 that me and Big E are watching. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. It might be coming out around next week. And if you somehow enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. Alright, goodbye.